short. Broncos win the toss, they defer, and so the Bucs will receive. This will be only the third kickoff that Tampa Bay has brought out on a return so far this season. 15 yards. Pro Bowl player as a rookie last season. 1st and 10 from their own 25. This is Charles Sims making his second straight start. Tackled on a play last week. 2nd and 7 from around the 27. This is Sims again as that Denver defensive front. And 6 just inside the 29. Winston from the shotgun. Has time over the middle, and it is intercepted by Talib. All the way down to the 12-yard line, 23 yards on the return. And how about that homecoming?
To Aqib Talib, coming over the middle of the field. And there you see this pass. It's just overthrown. It was intended for his receiver, and Aqib Talib makes a better play on the ball than the intended receiver, Adam Humphries.
And what a moment for Talib, as we have some early fireworks already.
This is a 30-second timeout.
So quickly a timeout taken by the Bucs. So games now, and the 9th turnover that he's responsible for already, most in the NFL. On 1st and 10, it is caught. Touchdown, Demaryius Thomas. And Denver wasting no time here in week 4.
They've gotten off to poor starts. They've been outscored in the first 3 quarters of games. But Simeon to Demaryius Thomas in the middle of that Tampa Bay zone.
5-yard touchdown play late last week. That win in Cincinnati to put the game away. And they pick up right where they left off, as Brandon McManus's point after is good. Overlying theme for Tampa Bay, 9 turnovers, and Winston is accountable for all 9 of them.
Yeah. Points off turnovers can kill you.
Bucs will have it from the 25. New touchback rule. Ryan Smith takes a knee after the early interception to Talib. 1st and 10 from the 25. Pitch play to Sims, who has been one of the more versatile running backs in the NFL.
The way the guys in the secondary do.
On 2nd and 9, Winston from the gun goes up the seam and completes. That's the tight end, Cameron Brate. Now the 2 touchdown catches in the loss. 13 yards and a Tampa Bay 1st down. After coming into the league undrafted back in 2011, 1st and 10, Sims dances behind the line of scrimmage. And an impressive play just to get to the 40. Bradley Roby has come on for the moment. Top of your screen for Chris Harris at the cornerback position on 2nd and 9. That pass high, and it is caught. What an effort by Mike Evans.
The #1 target for Jameis Winston, and look at that. Excellent hands to be able to stop the point of this ball. Right there with the one hand and pull it in for a reception.
Yards. And 2nd with those touchdown catches that Solomon points out. 1st and 10, Winston's going to take a shot up the far side of the field, trying to locate Evans, overthrows him. Coverage on the play by the all-pro safety TJ Ward. The juxtaposition between these two, just incredible. As Winston deals with the incredible expectations you'd expect for a kid that was taken the 1st overall. And
throw interceptions.
Where does Winston go here on 3rd and 7? Hit on the release, and that pass is caught. Vincent Jackson. Winston passes 5,000 career yards with that completion. 1st and 10. Quick drop, quick strike, incomplete.
Right.
He had 52 a week before that. On 2nd and 10, this is Sims trying to get downhill, chopped down at around the 25-yard line.
Mike Evans will look for the tight end.
Here come the Broncos. Winston releases quickly. It is caught just shy of the 10, and that will be enough for a Tampa Bay 1st down. And the chemistry starting to pick up now between these two, Winston and Brate.
Cameron Brate, see, he's matched up against the safety, Darian Stewart. And Brate runs routes just as good as any wide receiver. You can go to him down inside the red zone.
1st and 10 just outside the Denver 10. And we'll keep it on the ground. This is Sims showing that shiftiness, but this is an area where Gary Kubiak and this defense coached by Wade Phillips felt like they needed to improve. Play clock down to 1. Winston doesn't recognize until it's too late.
Well, he's asking him that he didn't know if they had ever reset the clock.
Well, it looks like they did get the timeout.
That's second. This is a 30-second timeout.
As you can see, Dirk Cutter as well as Jameis Winston, they're really upset with the officials. They were saying, hey, the clock never reset, so we didn't have the requisite time to get the play off.
Timeout. They're down to their final timeout. And still in the first quarter. 2nd and 9. Winston gonna run it. Stumbles forward. Penalty marker thrown just behind the line of scrimmage. Von Miller credited with the tackle.
Holding. Offense. Number 69. 10-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
Player of the month. Entered week 4 leading the league with 5 sacks. 2nd and 19. Winston slinging it over the middle. It's Brait again. They will mark it right around the 7. They pick up a dozen.
Pretty good in coverage, but when he has to cover Brait right here, take a look here. See, he didn't understand where his assignment was. He was chasing one tight end.
Critical 3rd and 6. They need the 1 to get a fresh set of downs. Winston under duress. Escapes into the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown.
And he lost 8 pounds during the offseason, so he could be a little bit better at this, having nifty footwork. And when he has to make a play with his legs, he can get it done.
And now every scoring play subject to automatic review. Was Winston's knee down before the football broke the plane? They'll take another look. This one is awfully close.
After reviewing the play, the rule on the field stands as called. Touchdown.
Point after attempts by the rookie and the young man they took in the 2nd round, Roberto Aguayo, the former Florida State star. All tied at 7. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Sir Ryan Galvin, Andy Goldberg, our director, rest of our CBS crew from Raymond James Stadium here in week 4. That one kicked through the back of the end zone as Cody Latimer watches it sail through, and Trevor Siemian.
Siemian is a cool customer.
1st and 10. Siemian quickly able to get rid of the football and completes far side of the field to Emmanuel Sanders, a pickup of a dozen. A star and former 1st round pick in his 7th NFL season. 1st and 10. As Siemian again quickly deals and completes to Thomas just out past the 45. This has been an NFL Pro Bowler back in his days in Miami, but has struggled so far this season on 2nd and short. Siemian takes a shot, trying to find Sanders as that pass. 3rd and 1. Kubiak asking his run game to get him the 1st down, and they are short. C.J. Anderson brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It was Golston there. Denver's drive stalls. Really surprising in an area where they've been very good 3rd down so far this season, despite the inexperience of Siemian. Punt by Riley Dixon is caught by Adam Humphries, as we'll see Jameis Winston again when we come back. Ends of the NFL draft spectrum, but a lot of similarities, both accomplished baseball players. Winston during his time at Florida State. This is Charles Sims on 1st down, able to fight his way to the edge. So Jaquiz Rogers, the only other healthy back with any experience, will be called down here. This is Winston able to escape, getting away from trouble. And he showed very good escapability even last year as a rookie in that Pro Bowl season. This is Rogers showing some burst. Able to get close to the 40. Ward and Darian Stewart combining on a tackle, a pickup of a dozen and another 1st down.
The only man smaller than Doug Martin on this team is Jaquiz Rogers. 5'7", 190 pounds.
Game Rogers has played for Tampa Bay. They signed him a couple of days after the opener. Play action from Winston on 1st and 10. Winston under duress, and that pass ruled incomplete. Pressure coming from the inside linebacker, Todd Davis. 2nd and 10. Rogers blown up by that Denver front. Billy Wynn led the charge for the Broncos. They lose 3
to make plays.
Sims back onto the field after he limped off. As this play is whistled dead, 3rd and 12. Marker flies from
before the snap.
Opposite side of the field.
Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
How are your playmakers to make a play?
Winston on 3rd and 17 goes underneath, and they are going backwards. Free agency. Jackson moving on to Jacksonville. There's Brian Anger, one of the top punters in the league a couple of weeks into the season. Booming kick, 54 yards. Jordan Norwood with the fair catch. Simeon under center on 1st and 10. Good push from Tampa Bay. We asked Simeon about that, and he said that both guys.
Tremendous confidence in his teammates, including the young quarterback.
Here's Simeon on 2nd and 11. Lets her rip over the middle, and it is caught. That's the tight end, Jeff Hireman. Virgil Green still out with that calf injury. And some more opportunities for Hireman. Final play of the quarter. On 1st and 10, C.J. Anderson, who has been quiet till this point, a pickup of a couple. More of the same as this game tied at 7 as we begin the 2nd quarter. 2nd and 8, Simeon initially escaped, but he's going down nonetheless. William Golston, Gerald McCoy giving chase for Tampa, a loss of 11.
Looking to make a play, one crossing there. And there you see Sanders trying to get it deep. They were covered, and so Simeon was forced to hold on to it. At any rate, William Golston.
Simeon, the Florida native, trying to escape. Will throw on the run, and that pass incomplete. Nowhere to throw it down the field for Simeon. And played sparingly through the first 3 weeks. It's a couple of more plays like that, and he'll certainly get the attention of his head coach. This one will be played by Humphreys. Showing some shiftiness up the sideline. 57 yards on the punt by Dixon, 8 on the return over the last 45 minutes. Winston from the gun on 1st and 10. And that pass came out awkwardly and falls incomplete. Coming up tonight.
Average of 65 snaps a game.
Where do they go here on 2nd and 10? Sims just can't find any daylight. Trying to keep that pile moving. It'll officially be right back to the line of scrimmage, so no loss on the play.
He's the quarterback with the likes of Von Miller and Shane Ray.
On 3rd and 10, Winston into it, and it's picked off by Talib again. 2nd interception by the former Buck. And we are still early in the 2nd.
We go ahead and roll it. We're going to show you exactly what he turned down. And this is the key, okay? You're going to see the running back here come wide open. Why drive the ball down the field into coverage? See, right there, you got to take that throw instead of throwing it into coverage, because we know.
Look to be some movement pre-snap. We'll see if that's against Okung on the left side of that Denver offensive line.
All-star. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Quarterback, Ted, you don't have to tell him to be aggressive.
On 1st and 15, Simeon's pass high, and it is caught. Dazzling catch by Demaryius Thomas.
He'll go up and get it. There you see the hit. Vernon Hargraves, the rookie, knocking the legs out from up under Demaryius Thomas.
Receiving yards list as he passed Lionel Thomas. On 1st and 10, Simeon going end zone, and it is too high and incomplete. Now late flag. Jordan Taylor, who had come on for Thomas, covered on the play by Chris Conti.
It's a matchup they like. Get a receiver against a safety.
Defense, number 23. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball replaced to the 1-yard line. 1st down.
His left calf.
Get you an update as quickly as we can. 1st and goal. Simeon play action, looking end zone, throwing end zone, and it is incomplete. 2 markers come in at the end of the play. John Phillips, the tight end, was the intended receiver, and Bradley McDougald was there on the coverage.
Pass interference. Defense, number 30. The foul occurred in the end zone. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
When you play against, you can see the hold right there behind you.
So Tampa Bay with its best defensive lineman on the sideline, and Denver able to capitalize. C.J. Anderson in for the touchdown. So the second pick by Talib on the afternoon is capitalized on by Denver.
He's coming up with the picks, and the offense are cashing it in to touchdowns.
Keep in mind, Talib had 3 picks all of last season. He now has 3. C.J. Anderson waltzes into the end zone for Denver. Monday Night Football, Arizona, San Francisco, CBS NFL Network, and streaming on Twitter. That kick was short, fielded by Ryan Smith, and we've seen a lot of that kind of strategy from teams around the NFL as Aqib Talib comes back onto the field. So here's Winston now to wonder where he is psychologically. A couple of first half picks. 1st and 10. Winston throws and completes. That's Evans making the catch.
Bay Buccaneers grew into what he called a professional football player.
On 1st and 10. Pitch to Rodgers trying to find the edge. Good defensive Winston under center on 2nd and 10 from inside their own 30. Winston under pressure, and he is sacked. Sylvester Williams getting him around the ankles.
Against Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. Look at him. He's just knifing in, crawling, trying to get to the quarterback, and there you see.
3rd most quarterbacks hits he has taken entering week 4 according to Pro Football Focus. Here he is on 3rd and 17, going up the sideline, intended for Evans. Couple of late markers come in. Will Parks, the safety, was there.
Pass interference. Defense, number 34. Spot the foul, automatic. First down.
Now watch Parks. He gets there in time. Now you have to avoid the contact and play the ball.
So that turns into a 24-yard penalty and gives the Bucs a 1st and 10. Winston has time, goes deep down the near side. It's incomplete. You see the shadows that Vincent Jackson had to deal with. And you see the great balanced play calling to this point by Cutter. On 2nd and 10, this is Jaquiz Rodgers, a 60-year runner. Again, only his 3rd appearance with Tampa Bay. Doug Martin for Tampa Bay, still out with that hamstring injury. Again, movement pre-snap appeared to be Dotson.
False start. Offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Their ears back to come after Jameis Winston.
2nd false start on Dotson in his 1st half. Little delayed handoff. This is Rodgers. Another late flag comes in behind the play as Rodgers has the 1st down run, but now we await the penalty as Rodgers picks up 15.
Offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Hasn't made the playoffs since 07, and it's those kinds of mistakes that come back to bite you year in and year out. 3rd and 15. Winston goes underneath. This is Brait, the tight end, but the penalties just killed him. On average till this point, has been very good at angling punts and downing punts inside his opponent's 20. Jordan Norwood signals fair catch. Loved member certainly this franchise and the community for so many years. I wish him and his family the best. 14-7 Denver. And suddenly flags flying from all over the place.
Holding. Offense, number 61. Half the distance to the goal. Replay, 1st down.
Right after the interceptions from Aqib Talib.
On 1st and 18 after the penalty, Simeon is wrapped up and brought down.
The defense is getting after him. Mike Smith, their defense coordinator, has gotten his guys going. This is now their 4th game in his defensive scheme. They had given up.
Defensive coordinator trying to ratchet up the pressure. Here's Simeon, the 7th rounder, hands off to Anderson. Trying to break that initial tackle, but was able to get to the 10. Quan Alexander on the tackle, a pickup of only 2. Simeon on 3rd and 17. Little delayed handoff to Anderson. A little bit of leapfrog a defender. Tripped up, though, at the 22. A pickup of a dozen. So C.J. Anderson, who struggled last week, 37 yards in that road win at Cincinnati today. 7 carries, 17 yards. Couldn't have expected much there. This is Humphries. Able to get inside Denver territory. Nifty return on the punt. He's been on that sideline a good percentage of this first half. Very economical to this point on 1st and 10. Excellent field position to begin the drive for Tampa Bay. Looking for their second win of the season at 1-2. Winston under pressure, off the play action, escapes the sack. He's going to take his shot. Deep down the field towards the end zone, incomplete. Off the hands of Mike Evans, it was Talib and Ward, a couple of all-pro defensive backs. And you can bet that's a play that they'll take a look at with Dean Blandino this week. Here's Winston from the gun on 3rd and 9. Fires over the middle, and it is caught. That's Jackson right at the 40 and right at the first down marker. See Winston's numbers so far. 1st and 10, little short throw again, right into the shadows, dangerously thrown by Winston. It was deflected by Shaquille Barrett. And it will be 2nd and 10. They're kind of covering up their looks. They're just so good at what they do. And that's something he's contended with in his first half. With the late handoff to Sims on 2nd and 10 as he gets close to the Denver 30, a pickup of 5. Again, the Bucs are out of timeouts. 3rd and 5. Winston's pass over the shoulder and incomplete. Great. Trying to make what would have been a very difficult catch.
Outside. Defense, number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
10 sacks for Miller in his last 5 games. 3rd and short. On the ground, Sims is met. Then the football comes loose. Denver has it. It's recovered by Billy Wynn. 3rd turnover committed by the Bucs.
You're going to see him right here. Look at that. He's able to get in. They come in off both sides. It's Von Miller, as well as number 48, Shaquille Barrett. And then the ball pops up. It's going to be recovered by Billy Wynn. DJ Ward's in there.
To make sure they were ready for the Bucs here today. 1st and 10. Simeon under center. Play action. Set. 3rd time they've gotten to Simeon. It's Clinton McDonald getting there from Tampa Bay.
They're getting to the quarterback. You can see right there. Yeah, Thomas open. Protection didn't hold up long enough for Simeon to get a clear view down the field.
This is what Simeon has done under pressure so far. 2nd and 18. This is Devontae Booker. Nearly going head over heels. The 4th round pick out of Utah. Nice run of 11.
And now in comes Paxton Lynch.
The young man they drafted 26th overall, and what a spot for him. First NFL snap on 3rd and 7. It's incomplete. Intended for Benny Fowler, the 2nd-year receiver out of Michigan State. A lot to talk about for that Denver offense at halftime. On 4th and 7, Dixon on to punt. Now the flag comes in. Norwood. Humphreys signaling fair catch for Tampa Bay. 47 yards on the punt, and you wonder what's going through the mind of Lynch as they regroup down on the field for Denver.
Illegal formation on the kicking team. There were only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Tampa has elected to have the 5-yard penalty added to the end of the kick. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
To be able to make plays.
Again, the left shoulder of Simeon that they're looking at in that Denver locker room as Winston's pass on 1st and 10 intended for Adam Humphreys is incomplete.
He has time and he forces it into coverage.
He's thrown 2 picks today, quick strike to Vincent Jackson, forced out of bounds by Talib. A pickup of 6. Evans only 2 catches for 22 yards in his first half. Here come the Broncos on 3rd and 4, giving chase. Winston able to get out of the tackle box and just throw it towards the turf. Jameis was still in college at the time, and Vaughn said, boy, it's going to be really easy to sack you once you get to the league. And he said Jameis didn't back down and instantly had respect for the young kid. That's able to get to Winston on that play. Here's Norwood out past to the 30. A return of 11.
Running backs on this roster.
Lynch from the gun. Going to throw it on 1st and 10 over the middle and completes. That's Norwood, the 7th-year receiver. 2nd and 6. Lynch slinging it and completes. That's Sanders inside Tampa territory. 16 more yards.
Him to do what he's most comfortable with.
1st and 10. Lynch flushed out. Gonna run it. Shows that mobility. Able to run out of bounds and stop the clock with 45 seconds left.
NFL action.
Lynch again under pressure. Gonna throw off balance, and that pass is incomplete. It was Levante David coming with the pressure.
Find the receiver, cut it loose and let it fly.
Anderson the lone setback. Lynch pump fakes, throws and completes. Sanders inside the Bucs 30. David on the tackle. And now Gary Kubiak calls his second timeout. What a moment for him. 1st and 10, his first taste of the NFL regular season. Slinging it up the seam, and it is incomplete.
Look at this. Look at that, right in the mitts. That ball should have been caught. Yeah, he had a defender climbing on him, but it hit.
Lynch again from the gun on 2nd and 10. Quick strike. Completes right at the 20. That's Sanders again. A pickup of 10. 3rd and 1. Broncos out of timeouts. Lynch pump fakes, throwing end zone. Batted down and incomplete. It will be a 38-yard attempt. McManus, a little shaky start to his season. Missed a field goal attempt back in the preseason, missed a couple of them, and this time he is good.
Quarterback coach Greg Knapp also coaching him up, getting him ready.
A kick to the back of the end zone, and so Jameis Winston.
2 interceptions, the fumbles. Denver has turned them all into points.
Aqib Talib, a couple of picks in his return to Tampa Bay against his former team. As that brings us to halftime here at Raymond James Stadium. Simeon's injury will need some ground support now to help Paxton Lynch, their 1st-round pick out of Memphis. So Denver will have the football to begin the half. Because they've told us that the plan for now is to keep Lynch in the game. Simeon would be available if needed. So that is the latest we have been told by Denver. So there is Simeon. Suddenly Paxton Lynch, whom Denver traded up 5 slots to take, 26th overall. And his first taste of the NFL on 2nd and 10, completes up the seam to Demaryius Thomas right at the 40.
That allows them to be able to run the ball with great consistency.
Saw Thomas again hobble off the field. We saw that in the first half. Keep in mind he's got that hip injury. As Lynch throws off the sideline, incomplete, intended for Latimer. Sanders in motion on 2nd and 10. This is Anderson. Good looking run. One of the best spurts we've seen from him as they pick up 9. Very close. 3rd and 1, just shy of the 50. Lynch going to throw on the run and finds Anderson. Little underneath pass. So Lynch now 6 of 11, 65 yards. That's a fresh set of downs for Denver. Devontae Booker trying to inch closer to the 45. Well, we've seen Gary Kubiak last season, saw him deal with a very tense quarterback situation. Peyton Manning.
Paxton Lynch, the same thing at halftime.
Lynch on 2nd and 9. Quick strike and completes to Sanders. On 1st and 10, this is Booker. Ducks inside the 35-yard line. Again, Lynch.
No concern.
He's under center here. Goes play action. Pump fakes on 2nd and 3. Looks to be a bit confused. Nowhere to go with the football, so he throws it out of bounds. The nearest receiver was Booker on the play. See Denver only 2 of 7 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 3. Bucks giving chase. Lynch able to escape and just throws it out of bounds. And now late flag comes in.
Okay. Holding. Defense, number 23. 5-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
1st and 10. The run play called. Anderson breaking free. Still going, able to get close to the 15-yard line. Anderson had that fantastic Week 1 performance in the victory over Carolina. So 1st and 10 as we move inside of the 10-minute mark. Anderson going nowhere. Tampa Bay has just told us that Gerald McCoy, Noah Spence, and Brandon Myers, their tight end, have all downgraded to out. Capri Bibbs comes on. First time we've seen him for Denver. Quick pass, quick strike, and a catch. That's Thomas. Just shy of the 5.
Got to be able to apply some pressure and not give them easy throws.
1st and goal. Anderson taking on tacklers. And one thing we've seen, at least through the first 3+ weeks of the season, the back end of this Tampa Bay defense, we know the entire unit has struggled, but the secondary, can they hold here on 2nd and goal? Anderson trying to find Daylight, going backwards. Goal. Lynch going end zone. It is caught, but he's out of bounds. Caught by Latimer. Kept the drive alive, but it stalls inside the 15, and McManus is there to salvage 3 points. 24-yard field goal as Denver tacks on 3, up 13 as we play on CBS. And after a slow start, it started to become a little bit more of a factor on their opening possession of this 3rd quarter. That one goes through the back of the end zone. Smith watches it bounce through. Still within striking distance. Can they take better care of the football here as Sims is going nowhere?
This offense in sync and in rhythm.
Play action from Winston on 2nd and 9. That pass is incomplete. Through the hands of Vincent Jackson, who kind of been an afterthought through the first 3 weeks for Tampa Bay. Had some great years here. Right at the 26. Winston pump fakes. You saw him lose his footing for a moment, trying to escape, and Winston is wrapped up, going down.
He was trying to find a receiver to throw to so he wouldn't be called for intentional grounding. See, watch this. He's still looking, and they're draped all over him, and he's still looking to find an eligible receiver.
Von Miller got a couple of swipes at him as he helped Wolf bring him down finally to the turf. So 20-7 Denver. Little pitch play here as Norwood the pitch to Latimer, who's still going inside Tampa territory. Finally forced out of bounds. 2 markers thrown behind the play, one at the 34 and another one at the 43.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 36. 10-yard penalty. Denver keeps the ball. 1st down. Timeout on the field.
Been our producer, Andy Goldberg, our director, rest of our CBS crew. Raymond James Stadium here in Week 4. Lynch with the quick strike finds Sanders as we revisit our themes. Saw him from the top of the show. If you've just joined us, Paxton Lynch, their 1st-round pick, getting his first NFL regular season experience. Came on in relief of Trevor Siemian, who was Broncos only 2 of 8 on 3rd down. Lynch slinging it and finds Sanders. 1st down on the catch and run, 18 yards as they approach the 50.
Making plays, he said, hey, you know, we're not chopped liver here in Denver.
This is Anderson, ducks his way inside Tampa territory. He is just a guy who oozes personality. 117 yards through the air last week for Sanders, couple of touchdowns. C.J. Anderson gets a breather. Devontae Booker on the field takes a give from Lynch. Booker, who had a fumble that he lost on his first NFL carry back in Week 1 against Carolina. Can you imagine he's joining a championship team?
Feel comfortable with him throwing the ball in this situation.
Lynch 10 of 17, just over 100 yards. Going to take a shot. Far side of the field. Looking in the direction of Emmanuel Sanders. By the rookie Riley Dixon. The 7th-round pick out of Syracuse. We'll try to pin them back on their side of the field, and it is caught. Excellent coverage down the field by Denver. Webster. Still have to go with Dan Fauci. As Sims able to cross the 10. Dan's been working on that beard a long time, but
The line of scrimmage.
this is 2nd and 6. Sims, who left the game briefly in the first half.
Running more aggressively.
Saw Doug Martin on that Tampa Bay sideline. 3rd and 2. Winston steps up and sacked. Derek Wolfe again. Really struggling. He's not completed more than 2 passes consecutively in this game. And he's attempted now 22 passes till this point. Through those early picks and just has not been able to clear that hurdle since. Coming on in relief of Trevor Siemian late 2nd quarter. Play action here on 1st and 10. Kubiak lets him take a shot. Intended for Sanders. One play called. Anderson is wrapped up in the backfield. And with that, into the 3rd, and Tampa Bay will return after this. You're watching the NFL on CBS. I mean, as you saw right now, a bystander dealing with that left shoulder injury. So Lynch on 3rd and 11 trying to find Demarius Thomas, and Grimes once again. 7 catches, 83 yards if you've just joined us. It's Riley Dixon, who's suddenly become a busy man on to punt yet again. Humphreys back deep, going to play it from right around his own 5. Makes a couple of guys miss, crosses the 15, and is brought down at the 16-yard line. 54 yards on the punt, and 11 lines up Charles Sims in the slot towards the bottom of your picture here on 1st and 10. Winston feeling the pressure, completes. This is Sims, and that could be a horse collar tackle. As Davis got him from the back. Multiple flags come in. And it was a pickup of 9.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, horse collar tackle, defense, number 51. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Cameron Brate in motion, 1st and 10 after the penalty. Winston, as they set up a little screen to Evans. But pick up only a yard. Tackled on the play by Chris Harris.
You know, we talk about Chris Harris Jr. and Aqib Talib, and don't forget about Bradley Rope.
2nd and 9. Winston flushed out of the pocket. Under pressure again. Contact and pressure applied by Derek Wolfe, who's putting himself together a very nice afternoon. And this has been a theme. Winston under pressure all 4 games this season. 3rd and 9. Reverse spin to get away from the pressure. He eludes a 2nd defender. Throws, and it's incomplete. 4th consecutive punt for Tampa Bay. Hanger boots it from his own 30. And Tampa Bay unable to get the bounce they wanted. No Trevor Siemian. He's been on that Broncos sideline since late in the 2nd quarter. Left shoulder injury, so Paxton Lynch, their 1st-round pick, making plays happen. Demarius Thomas with a catch and run. Finally forced out of bounds after a 31-yard pass play. Darryl Smith finally got to him.
Easy to find Thomas. Watch Grimes. He's going to slip and fall on this one. And receivers who can win at the top of the route, as Thomas does there.
First 100-yard game last week in Cincinnati. Big play here to set up a 1st and 10. Lynch taking another shot down the field. Flag comes in. It was Thomas and Grimes get tangled up.
Top of them.
Pass interference, offense, number 88. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
6th overall pick in the NFL draft from the gun where he's so comfortable. Hands off to Booker, who picks up 3 to set up 2nd down coming up.
Along with C.J. Anderson.
Stays on the field here on 2nd and 17. Lynch completes into Tampa Bay territory. It's Jordan Norwood. On 1st and 10. Quick strike inside of the field. Beautiful reverse spin by Jordan Taylor. Putting some of his skills on display. Taylor down close to the 25. Picks up 9. Sanders in motion. This is 2nd and 1. This is Bibbs, and that will be enough for a Denver first down. 12, make it 13 to 23 for a $165. As the pitch here to Bibbs, finding the edge, finally brought down just short of that first down marker. A burst of 9 for Denver. One of their big offseason acquisitions. Second and short. Another run play called by Kubiak. Bibbs trying to get close to the 10. The Rams with lightning showers coming into play. Here on first and 10. This is Booker. Inching a little bit closer.
Plenty of football left to be played.
Second and 3. They need the 2 for the first down. Lynch throwing on the run. End zone to Sanders. Wide open for the Denver touchdown. And now a flag is thrown in the back corner of the end zone.
Well, when receivers are getting wide
there is
open.
no foul for excessive celebration. The receiver did not go to the ground. Touchdown.
Yeah, receivers are getting open. This is going to be Brent Grimes. Now, he's working against Emmanuel Sanders. He's going to slip and fall, but nice route. Nice cut as he gets separation from Grimes, who slips and falls down.
First career touchdown pass for Paxton Lynch on in relief of the injured Trevor Siemian, and McManus's point after is good. Pretty good security blanket when you've got Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas.
Does make it an easy throw for Paxton Lynch.
Just under the 9-minute mark left. Do the Bucs have one final gasp? Wow. First and 10. This is Winston off the seam. Evans wide open. Rare opening in the back end of that Denver secondary.
And allowed Evans to get open down the field.
Flag comes in. Could be a free play. This is Evans stumbling to the Denver 43-yard line. A pickup of 8. We'll get the call here.
Illegal shift. Offense. Number 11. 5-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
First and 15. Delayed handoff to Rodgers as he gets to the 50. A pickup of 5. New York on the Subway postgame show. Second and 10. Winston from the gun. Throwing a dart near side of the field to Humphries, who makes the catch.
Worked for this offense.
Third and 6. Winston over the middle and incomplete. Intended for Brate, the tight end.
Keep playing and competing.
Not hard to understand why you're hearing the boos here. This is a Bucs team that is 3-15 in their last 18 home games. Doesn't look good. As Paxton Lynch brings his offense back onto the field. This is Devontae Booker. Crosses the 10 and brought down by Clinton McDonald.
Being ranked 14th in the NFL, averaging over 110 yards rushing per game.
Here's Jerome Boger.
There is an imminent severe weather storm close to the area. The game is being suspended temporarily to see what happens with the storm.
Second and 9. We pick it up from the Denver 12 with Lynch under center. This is C.J. Anderson showing some nice burst up the sideline out past the 30 and a 22-yard run. There is a flag thrown as we get the call here from Jerome Boger.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal shift. Offense. Number 11. He never got set. By rule, that penalty is declined. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Number 23 with a horse collar tackle. By rule, the 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
All kinds of credit, braving the weather. And those Broncos fans certainly had a lot to cheer about. First and 10. This is C.J. Anderson again. Broncos running game was quiet by 20. On second and 9, this is Anderson again. You see that field now really starting to get chewed up. Quan Alexander on the tackle. A pickup of 4. The Rams, and we talked about being out in the humidity as Lynch hands off to Anderson. Then you go into the locker room, into the air conditioning for over an hour. And we saw one of the Tampa Bay defenders actually cramp up during warm-ups. Delay or...
Not of this nature, no.
Riley Dixon on the punt, and Humphries will watch it take a Denver bounce inside the Tampa Bay 20. There's something, Solomon, you wish you and your players had back in your day, right?
Oh, the science today.
Amazing. 1st and 10. That pass from Winston is caught by the tight end, Cameron Brate.
Making sure that they hold up their end of the deal, and Brate has really developed.
On 1st and 10, Winston's pass is incomplete. Trying to go right back to Brate.
Significant time to be able to survey the field and make the kind of plays he's accustomed to.
Now those 2 early interceptions as he goes underneath on 2nd and 10. Right over the middle of the field to Jaquiz Rodgers.
The ball into coverage, and of course he was intercepted.
2 picks by Aqib Talib. Here he is on 3rd and 6. Off balance throw. And able to find Mike Evans inside Denver territory.
He's a competitor. He's still out here trying to make some plays to get into the end zone.
Winston on 1st and 10. Quick strike, and that pass is incomplete. Again, looking in the direction of Evans. With so much depth for Wade Phillips in that Denver defense on the back end. 2nd and 10. Winston's going to tuck it away and run it. And we'll slide to the 40. You see the moisture on the field taking Winston about 3 yards.
Yard, right?
Lots of action on the slip and slide in Summers in Jersey.
Fight everyone over.
Here's Winston, 3rd and 5. Going through his progressions, and that pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Officials will rule it incomplete. Billy Wynn, the man who got a hand on it. Now late marker comes in on the Denver defensive side of the football.
While the quarterback was in the pocket. Illegal contact. Defense, number 43. 5-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
Come after the quarterback.
Here's Winston on 1st and 10. Broncos coming and get to him again.
Guess who, right?
4th sack for Denver. Von Miller and Derek Wolfe.
Putting in work. Came in shape and ready to play to contribute to defending a championship.
Cots, most of our CBS crew. As Winston unable to corral that snap and will wisely just fall on the football. Winston didn't appreciate the level of contact by Shaquille Barrett at the end of the play.
Better football team, and their team unity is intact. That's what allows them to play at a high level.
Winston nowhere to throw, and they'll get to him again. And that's the perfect exclamation point for this Denver defense, is now players pushing after the whistle.
Here's Winston here on the drop back. He's been eluding defenders all night, Spiro. There you can see Crick jumping on the back, getting him a piece of that sack.
They need the Broncos 27 for the 1st down. Winston putting some air under it, and it falls incomplete through December.
8 of their next 10 games are against opponents who are 500 or worse currently. So for guys who have the experience and don't need to go through some of the tedious moments of off-season training.
The officials have to be careful here as they try to maintain order. This one could get ugly in a hurry.
You're trying to turn around a culture, and Coach Dirk Cutter talked about it. Developing a winning culture, it starts with winning your home games.
Well, Paxton Lynch is going to walk off the field a winner. And his first experience as an NFL regular season quarterback came on for Trevor Siemian, who left with that left shoulder injury at the end of the 1st half. As the defending champion Denver Broncos remain perfect. Off to a 4-0 start for the 9th time in their franchise history. 27-7 the final score.